Should we hit up some news?
Fuck, I guess so.
Here, how about this? The way we used to start most of the podcast, we've gotten over the video part of it, where we add stuff. Now we're doing the actual podcast. Is we ask each other, what games are you playing lately?
Okay.
And I'll look up some news while you're doing it.
All right. So what games am I playing?
And you can tell us what games you're playing online.
Yeah, let us know, you guys. What games am I playing? Well, I just got back Guilty Gear XR'd again, and I'm ripping. I'm ripping, I rhyme. I rhyme and I rip. I'm killing the game. I'm actually, like I said, this is not me boasting. I am good at the game.
Here we go.
I am good.
Here we go.
At Eric? Is Eric in here? Shit. Eric is my go-to. He would tell me it. Because he's seen me. He knows I'm good at it. He's like, oh man, that guy can't even move. Because I'm killing him. And not cheaply, because I pay attention to frame data and things like that. So Guilty Gear. Yeah, that's right. You better stroke me, baby. After that, Metal Gear Solid 5. Yes, I'm running through. I'm S-ing every single mission. Usually it's one and done, but fuck. There's certain missions I've had to do where I'm like, shit, I gotta redo this. I didn't have to redo the B mission, the Bumblebee mission one, whatever, because I didn't fire a rocket. I was just like, fuck it. I'll just shoot these guys down. You got a supply drop, but it's better than nothing. Doing that, running through that. I'm gonna be playing Witcher all through October. Got a PlayStation TV. I've been playing Persona 4 Golden.
Persona 4 Golden is incredible.
It is golden in itself.
Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies is good.
Is that the one where you're old school Phoenix Wright? Like where you're in
your normal Phoenix Wright? No, that's not the one like that.
Okay.
Well, this is basically the newest Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
It's good. It's a little bit disappointing on some of it though.
You played it?
Yeah.
We didn't review it?
I didn't finish it, so I didn't want to.
Oh, okay. Two Brothers. Okay, that's
Two
good.
Brothers is fantastic.
Yeah. You know what'd be great is if you could actually play it with the second player. I understand the concept.
Yeah.
But if I played it with my brother, like we're very close when it comes to gaming. He'd be the older brother, I'd be the younger brother. It would match up.
And you guys would cry while you were playing it?
I'd probably get emotional. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good game.
Two Brothers was... I was talking with the Funny Nerd on this one, because he reviewed it recently.
Uh-oh.
And he loved it.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, I thought it was great. And I commented on his video and I said, that game thematically might have one of the best endings in video games.
Huh.
And he goes, that was the only thing I didn't like. Do you remember the end?
No, I didn't beat it.
You never beat it?
I got far in it, but I never beat it.
Ragnarok, I don't know if you're at the end or not, or if you played it, finished
Don't
it,
spoil
whatever.
it, by the way.
But the ending of that game thematically is fantastic.
Huh.
It's phenomenal. You got to play the ending. At least if you're not going to beat the game or look at or do anything, just look it up because it's genius how they do it. I think. Funny Nerd disagrees, but I think it's brilliant. I
think you might say something to Two Brothers is a different game from Brothers. Uh-oh. Wrong ones.
Oh, what?
We might be talking about
Wait, what's Two Brothers?
I'm not sure. Let me look it up real quick. As opposed to Brothers. Because I'm used to thinking, when people say Two Brothers, I'm thinking of Brothers.
Yeah. Oh, it's Two Brothers something else?
It's a good point out.
Anyway, what other games are you playing?
So yeah, Metal Gear.
Tell us what Brothers is so we can be more educated. If I'm wrong.
I got Destiny again, so I've been playing a little bit of Destiny with Eric. We got on, me, Eric, Troy, who you might occasionally see on streams. And then another friend. We all got on and played a little bit. I've been playing some Final Fantasy with my brother. Just been kept wrapped up in school a lot. Mm-hmm. A lot of shit going on in school. Apparently we have to do a potential, I think I told you about this. We have to do one of the options we can do is do a report on the racism in Resident Evil 5. Oh,
God. I would just stay away from that.
I would get into it. I'd be like, "You're a fucking idiot," but I need citations.
Yeah. Well, as an African American person, as a black dude,
yeah,
you would have an interesting insight.
Well, see, the biggest thing is, I'd be like, "Why the fuck are you trying to stand up for like people of my ethnic background?" Or whatever.
Let me explain.
And I don't claim to be from like the fucking motherland. You know, like maybe my ancestors there's black people everywhere, not just like in Africa. We just use the term African American.
Oh, so yeah, nail down what Two Brothers is, because that's the one I thought you were talking about, and I apologize.
Yeah, you're ready to go on a tangent about that one. But my biggest concern would be like, I don't need you to try. If, like, for instance, if being Mexican, if you're like, if I'm being like, oh, Donald Trump doesn't respect Mexicans. Oh man, fuck that guy. Wouldn't you want to like voice your opinion or something like that? We're not trying to get political here, but I'm just saying, holy shit, that's a lot.
Oh, it's a Game Boy aesthetic type of game. Stretch Lance of Dangerous Shadow Mystery.
Rest real quick.
Okay, interesting.
Yep, that's apparently what it's supposed to be.
Give us a review, or at least your thoughts on it. So yeah, he's talking about that stuff. So while he's going to the bathroom, I'll explain what I've been playing. I have been playing, as you know, obviously, if you're watching the beginning of the stream, that horrible Beyond Eyes game. That wasn't very good. Last night I finished the game Undertale, which was really good, and I highly recommend it to anybody and everybody. There's something in there that you can all enjoy. I don't want to be the guy. Those they do says Spencer has a new indie game to check out. Oh well. I don't want to be the guy that says or indie games because I judge them very critically. I think if I don't, whatever. That's your opinion. It's like your opinion, dude. But I would say that is a fantastic game, Undertale. I've been trying to play Metal Gear Solid 5, and when he comes back, he'll probably yell at me. But oh, here he comes. I don't love Metal Gear Solid 5 as much as I think he does. And I don't love it as much, definitely as much as the internet does.
I think you have to play the game.
I need
beat the game before.
I need to play it more, so I'm reserving going on a rant and saying everything. But there are things about Metal Gear Solid 5 that put me off, and I actually had the option of playing it last night, and I chose not to.
I think you're making a mistake
for these reasons. But I also want to review that game. Yeah. But I'm not super thrilled about everything, but I am enjoying it, so I'm playing through that. Is there any other games I'm playing right now? I think that's it.
You haven't gone back
to anything? Well, I left my Wii U here. I was supposed to play Mario Maker with the daughter, but I left it here, so I'll bring it back and play it more.
I was actually going to ask you about that.
Kojima's God. Hey, Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game. And Metal Gear Solid, I think, while it doesn't age very well, regardless, it is, 1.
2 was okay.
Metal Gear Solid is still a fantastic game from a lot of perspectives.
You played Ground Zeroes already, right?
No, I never played it.
Dude, what the fuck?
I had it sitting there, and I was like, I thought, and I guess I was wrong. Clearly I was wrong. I was told that it was a demo of the game.
No.
And I know it's not. I know it's what happens before, and then you get in the helicopter crash or whatever it is. But I was told that it was a demo of the game and never played it. And then by the time Metal Gear Solid 5 was coming out, I was like, I'll just...
they had it free the month before.
Yeah, that's when I downloaded it. I have it downloaded and everything. I was like, forget it. But I don't understand that I love Kojima and I love it. I love all that stuff. And I get it. I understand the game. It's just there's the open world part I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah,
I saw a speed run in like 15 minutes, 10 minutes. It's crazy to beat Ground Zeroes.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, when you're only infiltrating one area.
So Doze Dude is essentially calling me lazy. Wow. Says Ground Zeroes takes like an hour less to beat, LOL. And then he's mad at me. Right. But yeah, those are the games I've been playing right now.
Yeah, man. And then in about 2 weeks, we've got Tony Hawk.
That comes out next Tuesday.
Okay. Well, I mean 2 weeks, referring to both of us.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
Within 2 weeks, there's the Uncharted collection coming out, which I'm going to be all up on the multiplayer because multiplayer is great.
Okay.
And single player, of course, it's a polished game in general. And then something else is coming out, wasn't it? Whatever else comes out. So we're going to have reviews and probably maybe streams of that because I want to see how Tony Hawk looks. I've
seen videos of it and it looks pretty weak.
Yeah.
Graphically, it looks weak as shit.
It's definitely a game that you need to be drunk to have fun with.
Hold on.
What?
Why do you need to be drunk to have fun with it?
It's a term that there's another YouTuber that does it. He says it's a good time if you're drunk.
No.
For movies.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was fun as hell.
You just said it looks weak.
No, graphically. It does not look
weak.
It doesn't blow you out of the water graphically, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how the gameplay works.
It looks like a lot of fun.
You've never played Skate, though.
No, I never played that one.
That's you used to skate?
I skated for about a month. I learned how to jump, which is called an ollie in the skating world. And I was in the process of learning how to, as they call it, I think it's a shove it.
Uh-huh.
And I think I fell one too many times. And I was like, I'm just gonna go back to playing video games. So yeah,
I used to have a cycle. I think I told you where I play games, skate, and then trampoline, and then repeat
yeah.
in no particular order.
Sometimes you'd play games on the trampoline, right?
Yeah, actually, Game Boy. No joke. And we used to skate on it too. We just had to take off the trucks, and then we would just have the board itself and be like doing like 900 shove-its and shit. And you're like, what? Like, oh man, look at my score. But
I used to do choreography on them. Like I used to get with my friend and we're like, let's do a fight on here. Let's like map out the whole fight.
Yeah.
And we'd like flip off each other and do all these things. And of course I like fly off the thing and hit myself.
Your back lands on like the fence.
Yeah.
Like shit.
Like let's put these spikes on the ground right here.
Yeah.
I'll never hit that.
Oh, that's fun. But yeah. If you played skate, you'd be spoiled by skate because when you go back to Tony Hawk, it's like so
I
different.
like the arcadiness.
Yeah, but like skate does have a level of arcadiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like how you fall and break your bones. There's like a Thrasher report and shows like if you broke your like femur or whatever. It's fun. Regardless, that's not your femur. That's your femur. Regardless, anyway, so we got questions for this week.
Okay.
I kind of did want to talk more about the hardest game, but I think we already addressed it, so it's fine. My question is, what is your take on the potential voice acting strike that's getting ready to go on?
Can you pull up the news?
What?
Do you have a news story on it?
Yeah.
Or do you have all the? Or if you have all the?
Well, I
details,
do have
that's
a
fine.
bit of knowledge on it. So essentially, what's going on right now is voice actors who are unionized, which is a great deal of them, from what I've come to find out.
Troy Baker and
Nolan North, Phil Lamar.
Are they both? Are all three of those in there?
Yeah, Jennifer Hale. I believe David Hayter. And these guys are extending past.
Wait, David Hayter still does voice acting?
Yeah, he does.
I thought he was out of that.
No, what?
Because I didn't know he was in other things. I would be. Does he do a similar voice to his Solid Snake?
No, that's more gravelly.
Producer Eric.
It's more gravelly. Hey, what are you doing? Jugs? Hey, you know I'm good at Guilty Gear, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, asshole.
Saw him go like 8-2.
Wait, I'm confused. What did I do?
You didn't believe me.
I don't ever believe you at anything. Eric Hype, yeah, woo.
Okay,
Good to see him.
so let's. You got grass on like your cheek, by the way. That's all.
Oh my God, his feet are.
What the dick?
He's got. He's doing.
Those
a bunch
socks
of
are so cute.
yoga.
Okay, so voice acting has come a long way, blah blah, so on and so forth. So the crap scroll, bitch. I don't want to know about cocks. The SAG TAC AFTRA, the union representing voice actors, and not just in games but in general, has laid out some things it wants the game industry to comply with, and it's essentially the first thing is performance bonuses, where if a game sells well enough, the voice actors get a bonus. So this isn't like normal good. This isn't like if it sells 500,000 times that by 4. 2 million is the first bonus, right? So like, you know, Uncharted would get it. Last of Us would get it. I'm sure Halo would get it. Anyone who gets tied to that, right? Would get something like that. And it caps at 8 million. So every 2 million, it's a bonus of sales, based off sales.
Oh, it's just Daniel says, I like how you're not helping Eric with the yard work and then criticize him for being dirty. Are you
It's
new to
his
the
house.
channel? Is this your first time?
Yeah, but regardless, they say to think of it as a royalty residual for games that sell really well. Fancy, right? Also, apparently, according to this report, they only use 20% of unionized voice actors in the market today. So not everyone's getting picked up for this stuff. So, whatever. The second reason is they cite vocal stress. They say voice actors are occasionally required to strain their voices in recording sessions, which is true. If you've ever seen an episode of Dragon Ball Z behind the scenes, those guys like almost faint because they're yelling so much. So I'll give them that. But people like actors like, I would say not Nolan North, like Troy Baker, you're not going ham on your vocal cords. However, I don't know all the roles he's played. So maybe once or twice he has to let out a pretty loud blood curdling scream or whatever the case is. A lot of the voice actors do individual voices, like random voices. But it compares to nothing of the stress of actually acting. Yeah, Troy Baker is in everything.
Let's see what he's most famous for.
Well, they're going to say Last of Us is going to be the first one. Stunt coordination during motion capture. So for those that don't know, when they get those little dots on you, that's motion capture. It records and programs and allows the computer to see what exactly your character is doing, how they're moving, things like that and stuff. You say Nolan North?
Yeah, Nolan North is famous
Uncharted. Yeah.
for Uncharted, General Hospital, Star Trek Into Darkness. Those are what he's apparently most known for.
Okay, according to IMDb.
IMDb.
So stunt coordination and then transparency. This one I didn't know about. The union is also asking for increased transparency in projects actors work on, including information like the name of the project they're auditioning for, how many sessions, whether it's offensive content, and whether it will be stressful. So they just want a little more heads up.
Troy Baker is known for The Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, Batman Arkham. I think that's Arkham City, and then
I think it's Arkham Knight.
Avengers Assemble.
Is it?
It says 2011. That's Arkham. But maybe he's in it. But he's most. I guess
that's Arkham.
IMDb labels him as Arkham. Oh, is that Arkham Knight? Oh, I keep forgetting that.
It's not Knight. Knight was
Arkham Origins.
Yeah, it might be Origins.
Either Origins or City, one of those.
Yeah. Regardless, plenty of voice actors are obviously behind this. David Hayter has posted about it. Travis Willingham. I don't know too well about that individual. Ashley
I agree.
Birch.
Ocho Stano says, "Aren't Troy Baker and Nolan North actually a bit boring and overused?" I agree to an extent. They need to find new people. They need fresh blood because it comes to a point where you're playing a game and every single NPC is like, "Oh, I've played this game before."
I actually disagree because a lot of their range is wide enough. Like a bit.
It's wide
Nolan
enough.
North is wider than Troy Baker, in my opinion. Because Nolan North, he played David, right? In Last of Us, he was the creepy pedophile that was trying to get
I didn't know
Ellie.
that.
Yeah, he's crazy. He played a crazy dude. And you had no idea that was him.
Interesting.
He has more range than Troy Baker. Troy Baker plays a lot of like underdog kind of characters.
Gotcha.
A lot of like characters that, or he'll play cool characters, right? So like Infamous, right?
Yeah.
With Delson, and then he'll jump to Ocelot and kill that performance, and then he'll jump to something like BioShock. And he'll be Booker, who's not really supposed to say much, but is a lot like he's new to the world. So he's like, whoa! A lot of times,
Mark Hamill, excellent voice actor.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's great, but he always gets...
He's labeled as a Joker, which is
he gets
unfortunate.
labeled as a Joker.
He is incredibly talented at like other stuff.
Yeah, he can voice
so
other
good.
stuff. But if you're using Troy Baker and Nolan North, you have to put in Mark Hamill. You have to put in Jennifer Hale. You have to put in Phil Lamar. Because these guys and gals are often used. Even... Tara Strong, they're often used a lot because they're good, sure, but like if you look at the most popular voice actor, who do you think it is? It's actually Troy Baker. More so
Makes
than
sense, yeah.
Mark Hamill, who can really deliver a line. It's Troy Baker who can fuck up a character.
Yeah.
What the hell, right?
Well,
but as
probably cheaper than Mark Hamill.
as far as the strike itself goes, or potential strike, because they're getting ready to vote, I think next month. And if people are not, Laura Bailey, thank you. If more than 75% do not agree with the terms of this union, everyone's getting fucking kicked out. Michael Ironside has left. He has left. I wish he was still my Sam Fisher, but it's some other dude I could care.
Laura Bailey is cute.
What was it? She's your type. She's not my type. Steve
My
Blum.
type.
Steve Blum, if you can remember.
She's not
Well, maybe not.
my type.
Quentin Flynn is another good example. But essentially, they're asking for fair and equal rights at the end of the day. Hey, we want to know what the role is before we audition for it. We want to know if we can get behind it. And we want to know how stressful it could potentially be vocal cord wise, because that is their job. Makes sense. That's fine. However, I know I could speak of plenty. I could
She
speak
looks
of,
like Ariel.
okay,
Dress her up.
there we go.
All she's missing is that fin.
I could speak of vocalists that more music oriented that have more stress under their voice. So that's kind of my disconnect behind it. I get that their job's hard, but actors have it harder. Actual actors have it harder.
Yeah.
And so do actual vocalists who have to sing and things like that. When they go on tour, they have it hard too. They just want equality, and I understand that. It's just we'll see what happens in the next month. They're gonna go ahead and
There's
cast
no
a
way
vote.
to make this hair sexy.
Can you focus on the task? They're gonna cast a vote, and then if more than 75% of the people involved in the voting process are not in agreement with their demands, then they're actually going to enter a strike, and this could affect titles. They're not affecting any titles this year, because a lot of voice work and stuff like that is, I wouldn't say it's done early, but gameplay always comes first.
Industry term, in the can.
Fuck out of here.
It's in the can.
It's gold, cert gold.
Cert gold. Triple A.
But it's probably going to affect titles like this time next year if there is a strike, which would be
Okay.
unfortunate. So,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? But a lot of the games I care about aren't really affected by these voice actors. I mean, Uncharted, yes, that would be bad, but I think a lot of the vocal work and the vocal work.
I think this is a good opportunity for those programmers to start doing some voice acting.
No, they wouldn't have fucking time. I think it's a good opportunity for new talent.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: is you're not set in stone. Eric mentioned it, but it was a little bit more higher up there, or a little bit more far fetched, I'd say, in the sense that if you're not shit and get off the pot, so when these guys are fucking gone, someone else is going to come in. I agree with that. That's definitely true, but people aren't going to be widely accepting of these guys. People like their Nolan Norths, their Troy Bakers, their Phil Lamars. I mean, Phil Lamar did a great job with Vamp. He was amazing with Vamp. First time I heard him, I was like, "That's Phil Lamar, Mad TV, Phil Lamar." Yeah, no shit, he did amazing. And to have these guys leave and to be on strike and all this other stuff.
Oh,
imagine-
sorry, Adam. Adam Asor on here.
Oh,
Didn't get our alert. I heard a couple people aren't. That's okay.
Japanese games are not going to be really affected. I mean, a lot of the games I care about aren't getting affected, besides Uncharted and maybe The Last of Us 2, which probably won't even have Troy Baker. So, yeah, Vamp, man. Yes, Queen. Vamp. Yes, Queen. He's such a weirdo. But yeah.
Yep, he is voiced in English by Phil Lamar.
Yep. Where's the other two? There's only one, sir.
Eric is doing yard work right now and being disgusting with it. Yes. Hey, it's just Daniel. I said he's being disgusting with it. You don't like Vamp?
Vamp's not a terrible character. He turns into a terrible character in 4. In 2, he's that weirdo that every Metal Gear has. So I don't think he's, maybe flamboyant, but that was the point. He was supposed to be this like sexualized male.
What I would say is don't judge everything by the 4 character, because 4, in my opinion, took the series in a weird, fanboyish direction.
4 made Snake more legendary. I'd say that though.
Yeah. It did stuff to him, but again, fanboy.
Yeah.
It then took all these other weird directions with it, and I didn't really care for that.
We don't talk too much about Raiden.
Yeah.
But some characters, like certain people's like motivations was just kind of weird to me. Like if you look at Naomi and then you look at Otacon, she slept with him. Come on, fuck out of here. Like there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
And then like the whole
Otacon's got the rugged sort of looking for.
yeah, but
a
he's still
little
a bitch. Like, what do you see him? He's like crying every 5 seconds.
It's like I like.
I mean, it's an emotional game, but he's crying every 5 seconds. And then he still hasn't got over Sniper Wolf. And then you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, she was using you, bro. Like, you didn't even kiss that girl. Like, move the fuck on, you know? But
that was still one of the more beautiful relationships in gaming.
it was a weird relationship. It was so awkward.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
it's
because,
different.
oh, she was nice to me. She gave me a handkerchief. You're a fucking nerd, bro.
that's it.
She's been the nice guy to the nerd.
Yeah.
And then he fell in love with that and whatever. I mean, the boss and Big Boss, you could argue, is super weird too, because everyone.
Is that official that they were like had
No.
a love interest?
No.
I didn't think it was. Somebody told me it was, and I was like, I don't think they ever specifically said that.
The funniest thing about it is if you go back and you play the game, everyone's like, so what, you love her? And he's like, not like that. And he gets asked that like 3 times. And I love it because he's like, you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, you don't get it.
And it's so hilarious because I don't think he understands
Yeah.
it either.
Yeah,
He doesn't
it's-
know why he cares about this.
That's
girl.
fantastic. I
Yeah.
love that where you're not sure, and that ties into the theme of the game where he's just like,
You
you
know-
know, you don't know where she stands on things.
In MGS5, when you go back to Mother Base and you have people talking, some of the guys are like, I thought he like slept with her or something like that. They bring her up. They're
Really?
like, he
That's
can't get over
fantastic.
this girl.
They're
I went out to those kids. I choked them out. I was
Yeah.
like, "What'd you say?"
like, thank you, boss.
Right. Thank you, boss. Thanks for that.
But I guess good for the voice actors.
Good for them.
Good for them. Stand up for yourselves. Unions.
Whatever. Bullshit.
So right now we're talking about the voice actor strike that's going to happen.
That could
We'll
potentially.
think of something to do with that. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with them. But as for right now, it's kind of like it's up in the air. It's like really like if this vote doesn't go through, it's going to be really weird in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, they're not on strike right now. It is the threat of it. So it's kind of like, hey, we're giving you guys warning. We might fucking be out of here. And then the gaming industry has to take notice and respond accordingly.
Can I just say I would be a scab?
What do you mean?
If I were in so I'm a young up and comer voice actor,
For a lot of things. It's not just, as far as I know, it's not just gaming because a lot of these guys dip into like
Pixar and all that.
and anime
Anime.
and things like that and cartoon stuff too. So
I would be the scab that was like, everybody's on strike. I will move in and make a name for myself.
no, that's actually not bad.
That's what you call a scab in one of these.
It's whatever they need the part for. So only real big name guys. David Montiago, or no, not. I forgot his name. Fuck. Whatever. Mark Hamill. So on and so forth. Anyone who's unionized is affected by this. Anyone who's under the union of the SAG, AFTRA or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
So that's that. Next topic.
Here's not necessarily a news topic per se, but it's just a topic that we need to talk about because it's freaking crazy.
Sex, baby.
Pokemon Go.
That's like 3 weeks ago, bro.
I know we never talked about it.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
I think it's crazy. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy because holy shit, I know some people that are still in it, like, no offense, that are into Pokemon. And
Was that an insult? I don't
no, it's not meant to be an insult.
Yeah.
People that are into Pokemon that are like, holy shit, it's like the next best thing because now you bring these guys to life.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting able to see these cats and shit. Like, that's crazy to me that you're going to wake up and there's going to be like a mime in the corner of your room and you're going to shit. Do I catch him? I think it's kind of creepy, to be honest, but we'll see how they actually perform it. The whole concept is essentially there's Pokemon all over you. You need to use your phone to interact with them
Yeah.
to an
And
extent.
you try to catch them, and it looks like you battle them and
Yeah.
all that. Now they had a big thing where they were doing a situation. Yeah, Adam Source's Pokemon, that thing from 1995. Yeah, Those Dude says I think it's gonna be a shitty phone app. It could very well be a shitty phone app, but the way they hype it and everything, it's getting me all excited.
I think,
And they got that
yeah.
whole Mewtwo showing up at New York Times Square, and everybody's there battling him and stuff. That seems kind of interesting.
That's pretty neat because like everyone getting together to have a thing.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, don't. It feels dirty. We should have cleaned ourselves. We haven't washed off.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is this going to be an app that you have to pay for things? Like maybe you have to pay for more Pokeballs or something like that?
That could be a thing.
Think about it.
I've-
I don't think Nintendo would go that way though, because their market would be for kids, right? And kids don't necessarily have like all that credit card stuff going on. That's just how I feel. Obviously, that I could be totally wrong, and they're like, let's make some damn money off of this shit. Which I'm sure they're making some
Let's
kind
make
of
some damn
money with through ads or something like that. But I think it's an interesting concept for sure.
I think what they're actually gonna end up doing is it. I think it's gonna flop actually, because everyone's hyping it up, and I think when people actually start getting into it, it's not gonna.
Oh,
do
have
as
I
good.
seen Clash of Clans Adamasaur? My brother updates me daily on. Is it really with kids? Because my brother is not a kid. He's 20. How old am I? He's 27. So
How old-
he's all into it, and he pays for it sometimes. I didn't know that kids were. Are parents giving their kids credit card information?
That is kind of to me something that is absolutely nuts. Like I would
Is
never.
it really? I guess I don't know. Pokemon Shuffle. That's the one. Isn't that on the Wii U or something like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong with that. And people like pay for that and everything. I guess if they're doing it now, and
People pay for that shit.
it likely could be a pay to win app.
I actually think that it really could come down to that.
Yeah.
Usually what they might do to support that and to forego the credit cards is you offer something that they can buy in a store, in a Target, in a Walmart, and they'd be more than happy to accept it. Treat it as a card. You go in there. Yeah, exactly. Walk into GameStop, and then they like swipe a card. They enter in a code, and then they get the currency in game. They still spend the money on it. So yeah, that's something. Another thing I want to point out, this is just funny to me. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 won't have campaign on last-gen consoles. Ha! At this point, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have a current gen console,
Who? Well, all right, go ahead. Keep
I
going.
can understand like some people who are like, oh, hey, I'm not going to do it until a good game comes out. That's fine. But if you're like, oh, I can't wait to get the next Call of Duty, and you're actually bothered by the fact that your campaign's not going to be on on your PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 version of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 3, whatever, shame on you. I'm sorry. It's been, what, 3 years? 2 years?
They don't want to upgrade.
If you don't want to upgrade, okay, fine. But if you're upset that your campaign for a game that's supposed to be current gen
yeah.
is not catering to your last gen needs, I'm just saying you might want to look at that. That's
Yeah, I mean, and Adam Store brings up a good point that they're probably playing it on PC, which makes sense. But we're talking more about people that might be upset about the idea of it not being on there.
yeah, because it's
So they obviously, the PC people wouldn't be upset because
they get to
they're
take
not playing
advantage
it there.
Yeah.
So
of it. And the thing is it's okay. What do you mean, Daniel? That they expect this decision to make financial sense? As far as what? Shit, I just had something I wanted to say. Soma, we need to play.
oh yeah, the horror game.
Yeah, you run through it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it at night
Uh,
on a stream.
well, I mean, we'd have to set up. time.
Fallout 4 comes out. You're getting a PS4. So
I'm a little confused about that.
I'm getting Fallout 4 for the PlayStation 4 as well. But when you consider that the Xbox has that mod support,
Well,
does
it's
that play into which console you're going to buy? I'm just curious. Because the Xbox One is going to have the mod support thingy. And that, I can tell you from the PC standpoint, is a huge selling
it's
point.
golden. Yeah. The thing to consider is I'm getting it for Xbox One because of mod support. Because mods do affect a game. They affect replayability. Oh yeah, fine. Okay, so real quick, Daniel asks. Daniel had made a mention that how they don't expect it to make financial sense, and they'll bring out a butchered version of Black Ops 3 to last gen. I don't know why they did it. I don't think any other game.
Well, what I'm hoping, and this is best case scenario really, is that the single player campaign could only be made on next gen consoles, or they couldn't make the sacrifice. Now that's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is money and laziness.
Yeah, I would dabble more in the lazy. I mean, honestly speaking, just upgrade. Get to the current gen console.
Okay, so what is a weeaboo?
A weeaboo.
Weeaboo. What
So
is
it's like a person that's in love with everything Japanese culture or whatever the case is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not like people will be like, oh,
like,
no
is that-
otaku.
Are
No,
those
it's not.
girls that wear cat ears? Are those weeaboos?
No.
Oh, what are those?
Girls that wear cat ears.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it comes down to the person's. It's not how they dress; it's their interests. So, like for instance, if you talk like, Japan had, Japan did blank, and it's like negative or something like that, and they'll be like, they'll stand up for it. They'll be like, no, it's Japan, man. You can't talk shit about Japan. Or they'll be like, oh, that's such a good anime. Japan's been doing this before America. Stuff like that. So it's the opposite of like our definition of like patriotism.
Okay, so it's just Japanese patriots.
Yeah. Instead of America.
Instead of
I
American.
mean, that's part of it.
So it'd be like our America.
Yeah.
They're
Weeaboo.
weeaboos.
Weeaboo. Yeah.
Weeaboo. I was thinking amiibos.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd
We'll
heard the
buy
term.
the guy with the black mic, a weeaboo pillow. Oh, shit. No, don't. A weeaboo pillow is like they'll have an anime girl on it, and then they like cuddle with that at night or something.
Oh no, buy me that.
Or they'll have a mouse pad that has the anime girls like boobs as the resting place
Oh,
for your wrist.
and those are called waifus, right?
well, the girl
W-A-
themselves, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like bae
Bae.
essentially, but it's like it's more anime oriented. Maybe I would think.
I think my girlfriend would appreciate a pillow of another girl.
I'd get kicked out of the house
Yeah.
so quick.
She
Yeah.
would. She would like that.
Yeah.
No, I'll just give it to our daughter.
They're usually scantily clad. So. Yeah. Senran Kagura is a weeaboo game. Like you like beat each other up and their clothes come off when they like transform or some shit like that or whatever.
Oh, and that's like a Kiba strip.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, then you'd be like, oh, but you know, Dead or Alive. No, not really. Dead or Alive takes itself a little more seriously. There's fan service, but there's also a maturity element to it. Eric, what's your definition of weeaboo?
Weeaboo?
Do you know what a weeaboo is?
Eric's right over here.
Never mind then.
Yeah, we're talking
Talk
weeaboo.
about weeaboo.
So weeaboo, I just learned. Weeaboo is a female.
No.
No. Weeaboo is the like fanboys of Japan, like Japanese
Oh.
patriots.
Yeah. I do
In
know
a sense.
those.
I
Let's go back to
saw
Pokemon.
this anime. Yeah.
Eric comes in and out. He's doing yard work.
They love anime so much they learn Japanese so that they can watch.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, it
And
becomes
they're
their
learning
life.
Japanese.
Right.
Eddie.
Extremist in any situation I don't like. But if you're passionate and you enjoy something, fuck it, live it up.
It's like what's it called? In Japan they call it NTR something, NTRS or NTSR or something like that. It's like not training, schooling, or something else. So they're essentially like washed up. They're guys that aren't doing jack shit, and a lot of times those guys will turn to the anime culture or things like that, or they'll already be in it, and that's why they're affected by it.
All right. Oh, it's just Daniel wants us to get back to Pokemon.
Oh man, it's just Daniel.
I wonder if you get like a starter Pokemon like at the beginning of the game, because I picked Charmander, and
Yeah, I'd
if you
probably
wouldn't,
go
if
Charmander.
you decide not to pick, yeah, we're
yeah,
talking about the
Pokemon
Go.
Go. Yeah.
I can imagine that would be hilarious to watch kids run around and do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would.
bumping into each other.
I would think
"Whoa."
like yeah, randomly like it'd be like 70 people just flash mob into an area, and they're like, Mew's right here.
Yeah. But if you were gonna, if
Yeah.
you had a starting Pokemon, you had to pick Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur. Who would you pick?
or second generation.
Wait, did you say Squirtle? Charmander.
Charmander, I think, would be the most useful because he evolves, he can fly.
Yeah.
Squirtle, I think is the cutest one of them all.
He can surf. Can he not?
Neat. Not in education, employment, or training.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. As if it's hey, Stepsy, we're talking about Pokemon Go. No, we got a little bit.
Yeah, we got more time. Lump time or up time, whatever. Flop time? What? Oh, it's question mark or exclamation point. Anyway,
I would pick Charmander because that is the path of the man.
that's the bay.
Yeah, if you pick Bulbasaur, it means you're playing on easy mode.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because every Bulbasaur has so many things he has advantages over. Like the first boss or the first gym battle was against Brock.
And you could just get him with that cut.
Doste, what are you talking about? Bulbasaur is for freaking people that can't play the game. That's like your training wheels. Because Bulbasaur is strong against like the first couple of boss fights.
Well, I mean, Charmander's not too bad.
Against rock Pokemon,
Yeah, it's not a complete. It's not fucking Pikachu.
it's weak.
It's not strong. It's not weak.
It is weak.
It's not weak.
Fire is weak against rock.
You don't know what you're talking about. You've never played Pokemon in your life.
Um,
You know what my starter Pokemon would be? You know my starter Pokemon?
what was your starting Pokemon?
Hitmonchan.
Get the fuck outta here.
No, I'd probably
Get the hell
honestly,
out.
if you could choose any Pokemon to have as your starter Pokemon, not just the basics, I'd probably choose like Haunter or Gengar. No, not
No.
Gengar. Haunter. Haunter's a
No.
badass fucking Pokemon.
No.
Or one of the fighters.
I just want everyone to know that I'm filthy right now. I'm gonna go get naked and wet for you.
You
That's
just
the
gotta
itch.
shower.
I like how you call people out for playing games on easy here, Spencer. Oh my God. You got wrecked, dude.
Oh my
Hey, it's-
god! Look at this guy.
That's absolutely true. You do play games on easy.
Well,
if Bloodborne had an easy mode, you'd be on it.
yeah, let's do it. Okay, okay. Okay.
Like
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say. Just okay.
I did play The Witcher 3 on easy mode.
Shame on you, sir.
That is true.
I'm probably gonna play on hard. Is there hard?
There's hard, and then there's like another one harder after that.
Up.
That game gets
Oh wait,
tough.
yeah, that game does get tough.
That game
I
gets
I think
really
it's
hard.
reflective of levels though, because you can new game plus. Yeah, in that game, I think
Mhm.
I could have sworn you could.
It's been a while. I took a look.
been a
I
while.
do want to replay it actually, but
Yeah.
then an expansion just came out for it too, which is awesome.
Yay.
But no, you
Easy mode, huh?
go with Charmander. Give yourself that experience. Don't go with Bulbasaur. Don't go with, well, Squirtle might be a little bit more challenging,
Squirtle's difficult.
but Bulbasaur is strong against the rock.
Wasn't Squirtle okay against Rock?
Squirtle's good against rock as well, but the next boss is Misty, and Bulbasaur's good against Misty as well.
But Charmander is not. Well,
Charmander's
it's
weak.
back in. Oh,
Charmander's weak against water,
okay.
and water is.
But that's the impression
Whatever.
that you're not going to get another Pokemon that can help.
But it's gonna be your strongest one is typically your starter,
Not in my fucking town. I was like, yo,
and then the next
Butterfree.
and then the next one was an electric gym,
Okay.
and
Oh,
grass is
Lieutenant
strong
Colonel
against
Volt or
electricity
whatever.
too.
Is it?
Yeah,
That was ground. So that's where you
Gra-
get you
gra-
can get
grass
the
is still-
Diglets.
grass is still like decent against it,
Yeah.
but it's not overpowered. But
Go with Charmander. Be a drone and conform.
dude. Anyway, Crisis 3 has the same starting tune as Metro Last Light does. Why is this? I know this is Pokemon, but still.
Dude, I don't know. Step State, like I always thought Crisis and the Crisis engine was kind of overrated. Or the Cry engine, sorry, was a bit overrated. The first one I'm sure was great. The second one I'm sure was fine. Third
Crisis
one,
used to be the computer test
yeah, it was the go-to. And then
when you would test to see how strong your computer was.
then when the other consoles are like, hey, we can do better. And then then
Screw the starters and get all dittos.
right. We fight a guy. He's got like I don't know.
Just-
He's got
and then the smile.
yeah. He's got like
They look like the
Psyduck
South
or
Park-
something. You're like, I bet you're not ready for a mirror match. And then your Psyduck or your Ditto dies. Bet you're not ready for a mirror match. Oh man.
The ditto looked like the Canadians from South Park.
Oh yeah.
Their beady little eyes. and
Except he
flappy
was
heads.
just like
Yeah.
goo. Yeah. No, I think Ditto.
I actually got Crisis 3 for free on the PS Network a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I think I still have it. No, I played it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, meh.
I'm like,
I mean, it's cool. It looks good too.
it's neat that the
But-
ability to switch between. Was it 2 or was it 3? Whatever.
The crossbow. Or the bow
Oh,
and
the
arrow,
crossbow
or
is
the bow and arrow,
overpowered, by the
whatever.
way. Or
Is
the
it?
bow and arrow. Yeah, it is.
Oh,
That
interesting.
thing's fucking overpowered.
Interesting.
I watched a guy play through the entirety of it. I forgot what the fuck I was doing, and I was playing Tomb Raider, and I was watching him play through the game, and I was like, "Fuck this game! The fucking bow and arrow is too fucking pro. This is bullshit." No,
Did you look into the Tokyo Game Show at all?
what else do we want to talk about it?
You ready to throw out your favorite game?
I mean, fucking
Do you have one, or should we not talk? about
no, they're fine. I mean, just Dark Souls.
it? Dark Souls 3.
Well, I mean, the Bloodborne DLC was fucking hype as shit, and then obviously they revealed Karen for or Karin if you want to be a fucking idiot about it. It's spelled
The
Karin.
anger on this.
Sure, she's
kid.
Japanese, or she has blonde hair, full blonde hair, but she's Japanese, I believe, or part of her is Japanese or some shit like that. But everyone's like, "Oh, Karin," or her last name is Japanese. And I'm like, "No, Karen, bitch. Like she has blonde hair. Like she's pretty fucking American." She's what's her name's rival, Sakura's rival. You know Sakura. She wants to train under. God damn it. Anyway, moving on. Fucking fuck.
The things
bullshit.
I like from Tokyo Game Show. I like obviously the
The delays.
Phoenix Wright. The delays were painful.
Oh shit! I know what I wanted to say. The closed beta for what's called is going on right now, so I'm actually gonna get home and download
Rainbow
that.
Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah,
Can
so-
anybody do that, or just people that reserved it?
just people that or not reserved it. I got beta codes for it,
Do you have one for me?
dude. I told you about this a while ago, and you were like, "Oh, good for you. You play it." No, I don't have another beta code. I could have asked a very nice gentleman who's part of the promo team to hook it up, but not anymore. Sorry. How about this? If I sign it up, they might be able to get me a partner code. If I get a partner code, I'll give it to you. And you better be on it.
You didn't need to yell.
If I got a party gun.
need to yell at me. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the closed beta that's going on that I'm going to be on. I fucking forgot because I said I was going to be on Destiny all day, but I might be on that. Shit.
Yeah, you got to let me know how that goes. Are you going to record it on the...
See, that's the thing. I need to double check if there's an NDA. Some dude was streaming it, and I was like, "Is that okay? It's closed beta, but who knows? Some
Maybe
people.
it's okay. Maybe we'll get a video going of gameplay on that and get Justin's take on it.
Actually, let me take a look at it.
I am super hyped for that game, and I was super hyped for Evolve, and then that game turned out to be kind of bleh.
I've got access from now until Monday.
You better kick it.
Fuck.
Kick that shit.
Kick that shit. That's it.
I think the things that I was most excited for was the Ace Attorney stuff, and I really like the look of that Dragon Quest Kingdom Maker game, whatever that one's called.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really nice. And unfortunately, a lot of the bad news is that all the delays were happening. That was just painful, man.
The delays hit you right in the. I mean, I got hit in the balls too because
Yeah.
Dark Souls was supposed to be like February or something. Got pushed back to April. Not even an actual release date. Just says in April.
Ugh.
So that sucks.
What the fuck is Evolve? Let me tell you what Evolve is. Evolve is a game that's one. I'm just kidding. You know, I was super excited for that game. I'm not really into first-person shooters much. Yeah, I know, right? Evolve had so much promise to me, and man, did when you bring people that want to make money into that kind of situation, they just ransack that game, and it is unfortunate because that game had a lot of promise, and it actually, from a gameplay perspective and all that stuff, wasn't terrible, but you know, you get the people that just want to make $1 off of you, and whew, they ran away with that one.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate that game did so poorly because if it actually succeeded, we would look at a sort of a shift in how some multiplayers looked at.
Mhm.
I think Dark Souls 2 on the current gen consoles has it's like you can be invaded by 2 people and you can have 3 guys backing you up, which is way better than what?
Dude, is today Let's Just Hate Spencer Day? We got Stepsy saying
He's Nike. Oh, don't even.
Eric just anyway. So Spencer likes 2D parkour that can be speed ran like crazy. Is it just? Am I that hateable right now?
Spencer likes to run away, but no. Spencer more specifically, I think when I first met Spencer, the general consensus I got from Spencer is he's a fan of story-driven games. He likes his RPGs. He likes old school JRPGs that everyone plays a role. There isn't like a level of hybridness to it, or if it is, it's very minimal. It's very satisfactory, but it's minimal, and it's very strict, and likes that element of strategy within his games. Is all that right?
Yeah, I would say so.
So, I mean,
First time I saw Justin, I said he's black.
There we go. You know, like,
But no, Justin is like hardcore. Like he is an all around. I'd say he specializes in fighting games. That's some of the takeaways that other people said that I kind of agree with.
see you, Dose.
Later, Dose Day. Love having you.
Have fun.
2D Parker game. Yeah. Speedrun, but it has. So Stepsy's saying he making a 2D Parker game. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Speedrun, but it has changes as you go through the levels. I would love to play it. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun. I would love to do like a quick little review on feedback. I was telling Spencer I have a class where we discuss like games in general, and there's some guys who just really take it too far. They dial it up to 11 when like really it's just a fucking level.
Yeah, tell me about it. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Wait, hold on. Let me give Spencer a quick number. Ooh, right in the feels. I'll show you where to get that, by the way. That cassette tape so you can play it.
Okay. Real quick. Oh, it's just Daniel. If it would cheer me up if you told me what you have to eat sometimes. Tell me what you have to eat sometimes.
Why? What does that have to do with it? What the fuck?
Sometimes you have to feast on.
Oh.
Tell me.
I don't know if you've ran into people named that in your thing already. Yeah, it's like the first like 5 guys you get all have that name. You're just like, oh my god, like you're fired. You're fired. Go pee.
All right.
Okay, I mean that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong. He said it. Oh man. Yeah. after level 30, stay similar until level 100. It goes backwards. There's nothing wrong. So here's the thing. I actually had to do a really long report about essentially gameplay and how it affects. That's why I'm so adamant about gameplay in games. And the report essentially said that people are immersed, have the potential to be immersed. It's not even called immersion. It's called presence. In a game, scientifically, it's called presence, but we're going to call it immersed. You have a greater chance of being immersed in something or wanting to succeed if there's a level of pacing and balance that within the game that is like gradual. So like people like Mario so much because it gradually gets harder. It doesn't just go bam, it's the hardest thing in the world. But that doesn't explain Dark Souls. Why do people like Dark Souls so much? Well, because the game flat out starts off hard. It has a higher like starting, and then it still progresses. You're still going to find hard bosses. Like the biggest skill check there's two big skill checks I would say in Dark Souls. The first one is Ornstein Smaug, whatever you want to call them, and then there's three. Then there's the four kings, and then there's the last boss, Gwyn. And all of those guys together are really simple bosses when you break it down. It's 2v1, and then the four kings is 4v1 if you're not fast enough. And then Gwyn is just mano a mano. You can parry the guy, you can stab him, all that other stuff. But he's just a dude that will not let up. He attacks you relentlessly. And what's up? Just saying hi. Oh, hey Eric. Daniel loves you.
Daniel.
It's a matter of pacing at the end of the day. So Stepsy, if you're building up on these things, you want to teach players stuff without teaching them it. And you also want to add a level of difficulty that progresses. You don't want to just be like, you don't want to do it like, you want your progression to go in a steady line instead of just, because that's going to throw some people off. I haven't played enough Shadow of the Colossus to really confirm nor deny, but it makes sense. That shit though. He's pretty Americanized. Oh my god. He didn't say anything though. But yeah. Whoop. So Spencer's back. Party's over. What's up?
Eric was in my seat.
Oh.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks for jumping in.
Well, you don't want to add side scrolling like Mario, but it tracks the what's called. Yes, there actually was briefly, yeah. It was about like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, we played for a little bit. You got me through the first boss.
Yeah, and let's point that out. I got him through the first boss, but every other boss, especially Gascoigne, is you. I'm going to be there with you, but I'm going to treat myself like an NPC. I'm going to hit here and there, and I'm going to back off. It's going to be you. So I have no problem if the guy wants to jump on me and like go try and go ham on me. I know how to fight.
You better boil up some coffee. We're going to be there for a while.
Well, luckily, it's really easy to actually get to Gascoigne compared to the other bosses. So, yay. But I've actually petitioned Spencer to, hey, fucking put your money where your mouth is.
So you guys would like to see that. You'd like to see Justin walking me through Bloodborne.
Dude, it's fun. And we could talk about the lore and break it down. I
like
refrain
that,
from
actually.
spoilers. Yeah.
I like that you were explaining the lore to me while we were doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's awesome. Maybe we should do it. And I can chop it up into pieces and put it up on the show.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I feel like actually, doing my part of the job and doing Rocket League, we can add that one in too.
Yeah.
I have it set up. I just have not edited.
We have tons of footage of us playing Rocket League, screaming at the TV. It's wonderful content.
And the John Cena's.
And he just refuses to edit it.
I'm sorry.
And I asked him, I said, I will edit it for you. And he's like, no, I got this.
You're a dick.
And now I completely forgot that we even had that. Anyway.
No, okay, so the way it works is there is not normally you're playing the game by yourself, but in the realm of the game itself, you're in sort of a dream in which you can allow other people to join your world to help you out and stuff. It's really complicated.
Creative.
But we're actually considering Soma.
Yeah, I'll do Soma. Here's the problem with that is the reason I'm not a Twitch streamer gamer kind of person is I don't have that drive to be like entertaining while I'm playing.
Yeah.
And so I'm not the kind of guy that is going to see something that's scary in a game and be
And
like,
react.
oh, or anything like. I just, dude, I have such a hard time with
Would
that.
we be gifting through Steam? We can't ask you to spend your money on us.
I would feel very good. I would play it. We would do
we
it.
would definitely play it, but we're absolutely not asking you to spend your money on
Yeah.
us. We appreciate you guys.
And
just
if
being
it's
there.
Soma, I'm gonna get Soma.
Yeah.
Soma. So
Well,
don't
actually, I was actually.
just go halvesies on it.
Well, no, hold on, Eric.
We'll play through Soma, and no need to buy it, of course.
do you-
Unless you have another horror game.
Well, hold
that
on.
think
What are you
we
doing
might play.
tonight?
Yeah, I guess we could.
We could do it tonight,
I will ask the missus and see if she wants to do it.
and then
We could throw it down tonight.
I'll get some pizza. Freaking.
Play it down.
You
Well,
gonna be busy
Eric's just
I'll-
walking around.
all of tonight?
Oh, you have extra copies? Okay. If you have extra copies, I would love. Yeah, let us know what you want to play. We'll give it a shot.
They want us. We're probably gonna play Soma tonight. It's a horror game. It's like aquaphobia and all that other stuff. Are you interested in coming? Well, it's probably gonna be at his house because if it's on Steam.
No, we can get it for. It's supposed to be for PS4.
Yeah, it's for. Okay, if we do it for PS4, I'll buy it, and then we'll just bring it here. We'll set it up here. We'll play it. We'll set up the couch or whatever, and then we'll play through it. I don't know how long it is though. So
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. We might do it tonight then, I guess.
yeah,
If you want to do it on PC, I could do it, and then I just put it on my TV in the living room. That's right. No, that's not it.
you don't need the Corolla to move. Okay.
But anyway, so maybe we'll do that. I wouldn't mind doing a horror game with you guys. Just understand that. I mean, maybe if we're drunk, it'll be a little better.
Well, I mean that goes without saying.
Yeah.
We're drinking.
Well, me personally, with the actual like screaming while playing and being all into it,
I would scream.
you would.
Yeah.
Maybe you doing it would get me into it more.
I'd be like, oh my god, because I have a slight amount of aquaphobia. I almost drowned twice. I told you, right? I almost drowned twice in the military, and I'm like, fuck that.
Oh, really?
Fuck
So
water.
you're afraid
It's not
of it.
because I'm black. I do have Outlast. I do have Amnesia. Drink
Oh,
per death.
that's a
No,
good
dude,
idea.
we'd get fucked up.
No, well, that's the point.
I'd get like really fucked up though. Like, no, I wouldn't barf. Bar free since '93. You feel me? Anyway,
I throw out to keep skinny though.
it's-
No, it would be on here.
it would be on here.
Yeah.
Flat
doubt.
out. We just do it on the itch. But no, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it. I think it'd be fun.
Okay. We'll do one. I still want to do a complete Life is Strange at some
Dude,
point.
that is on
'Cause
you.
you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, no, it's fun. But that's
we'll,
on you.
we'll do it. Maybe we can do it at my house sometime, and I can just get my computer out
and just set
and
it
just
up,
like
go
plug
to town.
through it.
Yeah, because I'm usually free on Fridays and Saturdays. It's just Sundays I'm getting back into homework. Mondays shit ton of homework,
Okay.
and then the rest of the week until Friday again.
We could get this working where we do some streams and stuff. I would love it if they were all drinking games though.
I mean, yeah, but whoever dies drinks. You can't do that for certain games for sure. You cannot do that for Bloodborne. Like you'd have to take a sip from beer,
Yeah.
like really light beer, like or like what's it called? It's not High Life, the like 50 calorie one or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd have to drink from that one because you would die.
I
I'm
s-
terrible at beer pong, Stepsy. I would just freaking get wrecked.
So I've got a. Eric's such a bro.
He's such a bro, man. He goes to parties. He goes to the Ragers.
Yeah.
right?
Where's the kegger? Do you need me to get a kegger? I can get a kegger. I got a guy. I know a
You
guy.
got a guy.
I don't sound like a Valley girl when I say it. But
Anyway.
40% whiskey, beer pong. Okay, so you want us to die.
I would be just toe up, man.
Toe up from that Phillies up. You feel me?
He's blowing up.
Blow my whistle,
Anyway,
baby.
whatever. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, dude.
What is that?
It's a key
To the
to the show. See,
Oh.
even says itch on it. Doesn't say itch a night, but that'll come later.
struggling.
I guess here's my question. You had a question earlier.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to bring my question into it.
Okay.
And this is for you guys as well. Dink. So, Name one console that you would, if you could, have the entire collection for, entire library for. What would it be? And with no intention of selling it.
PlayStation 2.
Eric just and him said the same answer. PS2. And why is that?
PS2 has a very big library, but more specifically, it recaptures the era of Sega and like NES, where there was a bunch of random ass fucking games. Like there was some weird shit on the PS2, but also PS2 had that era of like onlineness to it. So like Resident Evil Outbreak 2, or File Number 2, great games, right? It also has Final Fantasy 11, but it also has some of the best fighters of the time. So it has a lot of the King of Fighter collections. It has Third Strike on there, which is amazing. It has Tekken 4. Does not have Tekken 3. Tekken 3 is PS1. So I mean, take that what you want. It's Tekken 4, I believe Tekken 5. Adventure games. There were no good Crash Bandicoot games on PlayStation 2, but
Oh, the Crash fans are going to come after you.
but that's where Sly Cooper PS2,
Yeah.
and Ratchet and Clank,
Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter, Final Fantasies, a lot of good Final Fantasies.
Eco and Shadow of the Colossus.
Well,
are both
just-
on there.
Final Fantasy 10 and 10 too, and I haven't played enough of 12, but I would still play through 12. But yeah, you have Shadow Colossus, you got Ico, you got some really good Dragon Ball games. The Dragon Ball Z games were actually pretty
Budokai
good.
and
Tenkaichi,
Tenkaichi.
Arc the Lad, Dynasty Warriors. There's a lot of random shit on there.
You can't get that many PS2 classics on PSN. There's some, but there aren't a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
And
well, I think he means backwards compatible too, because
I guess you could say that, but I would lean toward. Well, never mind, forget it. I would lean towards you get the library of the genre or of the console,
okay, that
not
makes sense.
the
Yeah, so you can't cheat essentially.
backward stuff. Like a PS Vita, you don't get the PS1 games; you get the PS Vita games.
Yeah, but if you want PS2, wouldn't you choose? Yeah,
So Adamosaur says GameCube games are. He's. I believe you said GameCube earlier, and that you'd want GameCube games. Like, I guess that the GameCube is very underrated today. It had some amazing games on it, and people just kind of poo-poo it because it led to the Wii being, an offshoot kind of
yeah, whatever.
thing. And the
between
controller was
generations.
different.
Yeah.
So, which I think the controller is great for certain things.
Yeah, no.
Right. So PS4 might be a little too early.
yeah,
would
it's a little too early to say.
Yeah.
we
PS4. Yeah. With if you disclude like remasters and stuff, I guess there is only like 10 games.
Yeah,
for
it's not really that much.
PS4.
I mean,
Yeah, I wouldn't consider. So if it's backwards compatibility, I wouldn't say it. I would say
We're
that would have
excluding
to
it,
be. It would have to be an Xbox One game.
Mhm.
You get the library of the console.
and if it's we're keeping in
PC is cheating, Adam.
we'd
But I guess
keep,
I can see what you mean.
we'd keep in multi-platform titles just for the sake of it. So like if a game, I don't know, Street Fighter 4
Yeah.
gets released on all these different consoles, well, fine, fuck it. You got it only on PS3 though. Owning all of Steam. So
owning-
you're not going to play any games then pretty much. It's at all. Fuck that.
What?
Because if you own everything on Steam, look
Oh,
at
yeah.
how you are right now. You don't even
Yeah,
own
you'll
a
just-
portion of the games.
You just have them, and you're like, I literally
I
have
can
too
have
many
Skyrim
games to make a
tomorrow.
choice right now of which game I'm going to play.
I've got like 12 games. Still haven't even fucking beaten
I've
all
got,
of them.
dude, I've got way too many.
It's terrible.
Uh,
It's terrible.
I would say Super Nintendo, and not from a gameplay perspective. I would just want it as a collection.
Oh, just to be like, I own all of it.
Yeah.
So does this include like imports then? Would you say?
Sure. Yeah, I guess we could include imports on that.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Like I would love to say that I have Chrono Trigger, preferably in box, but that's not going to happen. Earthbound, all that kind of stuff, because I think it's such a heyday of gaming, especially that, and then especially like my kind of games like RPGs and stuff. Either that or the PS1.
Yeah, PS1.
We're
definitely.
like killing
came
it
to
with
that.
the RPGs and that kind of stuff.
PS1 had some really random like RPGs like that. Alundra, You remember that
Mhm.
game? It's fucking out of nowhere. Like when Suikoden came out, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, where they're doing weird stuff. Parasite Eve. which
Parasite
had an
Eve.
incredible song
Yeah.
as their
Well,
main
there's a
song.
lot of songs. It's a very good game too. I enjoyed it.
And they had some incredible RPGs, but I would go with Super Nintendo more because it's just my like
So
big
forget
time.
Chrono Cross, huh? Yeah. Just out of there. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
There is no Chrono Cross.
Well, I mean, you didn't really know that much about it, so
Yeah, I guess I don't
Like,
care.
Radical Dreamers, bro.
But no, I do think PC would be cheating. But yeah, I would say Super Nintendo for nostalgia value, and it'd be cool to have the collection of.
Yeah.
PS2 had probably the best library in gaming.
Yeah,
Could be argued. Or PS1, if you want to look at just time for the time.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I think one definitely catered to a wider range of genres, though.
PS2 had weaker RPGs. I said it. Weaker RPGs.
I don't doubt it. I didn't name any RPGs besides Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
I mean,
it had
Dragon
Dragon
Quest,
Quest 8, which
yeah.
is one of my favorites, but even still.
Had Dragon Quest. Arc the Lad, I believe, is actually an RPG.